Hello everyone, this is Nick. Your senses do not deceive you. This is indeed another update video. Today is Wednesday, March 28th, 2012. As per what I mentioned in my previous update video, I am now in Japan. I've been in Japan for about 10 days now. 10 days almost exactly. I left Los Angeles International Airport on Saturday, March 17th, and I landed in Japan on the night of March 18th, what with crossing that international date line and whatnot. So yes, I've been here for 10 days, and I spent 8 of those days in training for my job. And what a brutal 8 days it's been, in addition to the other 2 days of travel and such. Yes, it's been quite exhausting, but worthwhile. I really don't know much what to say. I recorded this a moment ago, but then Audacity crashed, and I lost the recording I had. That was most unfortunate. So, what can I say so far? It's been quite stressful. Lots of little things have gone wrong. One of the bags I packed, the zipper ripped and, well, it was unusable. I had to seal it with duct tape and ship it to the apartment into which I'll be moving tomorrow. And, yeah, I hope it holds. I hope it's intact, because I had some nice things in there. One of my clothes hangers broke, so one of my suits shall have to become wrinkled. Basically, the whole moving process. Yeah, who would have ever thought that moving to a whole different country would be challenging? Yeah, really, who would have thought? I've had to take care of lots of little things like that going wrong, and still having to do little bits of paperwork and whatnot, and having to make sure I know where all of my stuff is, and make sure I keep track of every single yen I spend. I've actually been doing a rather fine job of that. I'm pretty proud of how I've managed all of that. What else? Let's see, what can I say about living in Japan based on living in Japan for 10 days in hotels? Well, not much really. I can say some things. There are many, many vending machines here. They're quite nice. They offer cold drinks as well as hot drinks, if you fancy them. There are vending machines on nearly every street corner. It's quite amazing. And you find many, many fascinating things in them. Many fascinating, tasty beverages. You can also get beer in vending machines, although I haven't braved getting a beer from a vending machine, because I'm not much of a beer drinker. I did go to one bar with a bunch of other trainees at the end of the first session of training, and it was expensive. Very, very expensive beer. I also had a little bit of cake with some coffee in the bar. So while everyone was sitting around drinking, I said, okay, I've had enough of that. I'm going to have a little bit of chocolate cake and sip my coffee. Indeed. So that was quite nice. The interesting thing is about the bars. Smoking's allowed in the bars. I'm so used to living in California where you cannot smoke in a bar. And I like not smoke in bar. Me like no smoke in bar. I really like being able to not have to inhale smoke. But, okay, so if I want to go to a bar here, I'll have to deal with smoke. I'll just not go to a bar. I don't need to spend the money anyway. Other interesting things. They don't card you at the door because they expect people to be responsible and not have teenagers and such go into bars. So that's nice. What else have I observed here about the bars? And the smoking and the expensive beers, yeah. It's really expensive. And what else? Vending machines? I really haven't gotten out much because I've spent so much time either in training or in my hotel recovering from training. Recovering, resting, relaxing. But tomorrow I will move out to my apartment, and then we can talk about Mercy. Then I'll be out of the cities and things will be more interesting. Well, not interesting as in... Interesting as in, okay, now I'll really get to learn about what it's like to live in Japan. That kind of interesting. So, yes. Sorry if I'm not at the top of my game here. I'm rather tired. Let me see. What can I say? What can I say indeed? Yeah, what little Japanese I do know has seemed to be enough to get me by for what I need to do. I can ask for directions to places and understand most of... Well, I can get the gist of what I hear from a lot of people. So that's nice. I'm not completely derping out here. Although I do derp quite often. Let me see, what else? There's been a lot of paperwork to file, a lot of documents, a lot of kinds of things. Let me see. As for my internet situation, well, that's interesting. My apartment apparently is not equipped for internet, so the company that sets up internet is going to have to send out an inspector, and depending on what the inspector finds, then they'll decide how to go about fitting the place for internets. So it'll be a while before I have internets. They gave me a tentative date of April 14th, but I'm not going to quote them on it because they didn't seem too sure themselves. So, I would say about the earliest date to expect to hear anything more from me will be April 14th. I'm 16 hours ahead of California time, so, maybe you'll get the news on the 13th. But again, I don't want to make any guarantees. I don't want to make any promises I can't keep. Although, based on the rate at which I've been posting update videos, I don't think waiting 2 or 3 weeks would really be a noticeable difference. I don't think anyone would care whether I had internet or not for that because I haven't been posting videos anyway. So, I will get my internet at some point, and when I get it, it will be glorious, for it will be delicious, shiny, happy, amazing fiber optic internet. And I will be like, whoa. So yes, that should be quite fun once I get it. After that, getting a cell phone will be another challenge, but I've been getting some help with that. That's still quite an involved process. So, for the first month or so, it's going to be tough going because of lack of ability to communicate with the outside world. Yeah, we'll say that. So that's going to be challenging, and also dealing with the challenges of my stuff. And, oh yeah, living in another country and communicating and surviving. Yeah, there's going to be that too. So, let me see. I really have been meaning to keep a journal of everything that's happened, but what with my busy training schedule and not feeling like doing a damn thing after training is over every day, I really haven't been very proactive about doing that. So I should go back and write some journal entries about things I noticed, things I saw, things I did for posterity, and that should be interesting. And yeah, I don't know what else I'm sure I can tell you guys lots of other cool stories, but this is an update video right now, and I don't want to use up too much time because, well, I gotta sleep soon. Here it's already near 10 o'clock. I have to be up early tomorrow. So, I think I will leave it at that. Anything I haven't said, I can say in another update video later. Ideally, I will be able to post an update video over a nice, shiny fiber optic internet connection, and all will be swell. So, I will leave you with that for now. I will let you know more once I have the capability to do so. See you later, everyone.